Why is it so easy to talk to and be friends with some people, and it's extremely difficult to talk to a few others? You probably have that one charismatic person in your group that everyone wants to talk to and hang out with. What makes this person special? Why are we so drawn towards him or her? And how can you become that charismatic person? Hi, and welcome back to another episode of The Cool Indian. A while ago, I had this great opportunity of reading a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. This book was written by Dale Carnegie. It has changed me a lot as a person, and I thought everyone must read and understand this book. Before I start, I want to explain one thing. Influencing here does not mean tricking someone into something. A manager influences his or her team members. A successful entrepreneur influences the whole business market and is an inspiration for all the people. A good friend will influence you into good habits, and that's the kind of influence that we are talking about. A simple example, let's say you meet a friend for lunch and start talking to her. A typical conversation goes like this. This friend starts talking about their skiing vacation in the previous week. You're half listening to her but are already thinking about what your last weekend looked like or how your skiing vacation 2 years ago looked like. As soon as she stops talking, you start talking about what you were thinking. Immediately after you finish, she continues from where she left. The whole conversation is a non-coherent combination of two monologues, and that is how majority of us do it. Let's replace you with Dale Carnegie in the same situation. Dale starts the conversation in a similar way, but instead of talking about himself, he continues asking the other person more follow-up questions. And when the other person has nothing else to say, and if he or she is a nice person, they will start asking Dale about his week. And now Dale gets a chance to speak. Multiple inferences can be made out of this simple situation. Rule number one, be genuinely interested in the other person. You see how Dale is keenly interested in knowing about the other person's vacation? Maybe he will go skiing sometime and maybe it'll be useful for him. But Apu kept on talking about him and his own experiences. Rule number two, ask questions. Encourage others to speak without interrupting them. Everybody likes to speak about themselves. Control your urge to speak or interrupt and continue asking questions. The more you ask interesting questions, the more the other person will open up and start liking you. Rule number three, understand the subject of the conversation. In our example, Apu assumed wrongly that the subject of conversation was skiing. Dale understood that the subject of conversation was this specific woman's this specific skiing vacation. Rule number four, do not blurt out unsolicited information. Apu made the mistake of talking about his own skiing vacation even before the lady was interested. Dale started talking about his skiing vacation only after the lady asked for it. Let's look at another situation. You meet someone who is hard to put up with. Let's say you have a noisy and an annoying neighbor. It's easy to criticize that person, and that is what most of the people would do. But Carnegie thinks otherwise. Give that person honest and sincere appreciation for what this person has done. Every person has his or her own niche and they're good at it. The moment you give honest appreciation, you will see the change. Rule number five, do not condemn or criticize anybody at any cost. When you criticize anyone, that will only make the other person feel bad and increase the hate between both of you. You will never be able to influence this person again. Rule number six, give sincere appreciation to the person. Appreciate every small improvement they make. One last situation for today. You have a friend or teammate at work who did something wrong and it affects you. The natural instinct is to demand him or her to fix it immediately in an aggressive way. If Dale faces a similar situation, he would analyze why something went wrong and try to see if there was any mistake on his own side first. The other person will now see you as a friend and not as an enemy. Rule number seven, everyone does everything with a purpose. Everything that a person does is associated to some sort of a feeling. Identify that feeling and keep it in mind when you talk to him or to her. Rule number eight, accept when you make a mistake. We are all humans and we are prone to mistakes. When you accept a part of the mistake and take responsibility, you will make the other person feel better and the task will be completed in a proper way the next time. So, to sum up all the above rules, we have some golden rules of interpersonal skills. Do not start a conversation without a reason. Keep the purpose of the conversation in your mind. Treat others the same way you want to be treated if you were in their place. All the other rules are actually derived from these three rules. So keep these three rules in your mind every time. Almost 80% of our daily incidents fall under one of these three situations. There's a lot more interesting tips with a lot more examples in the book. I highly recommend you reading it. Of course, these tips do not work all the time with everybody, but even if these work at least 10% of the times, you get 10% more efficient in interpersonal skills. And believe it or not, interpersonal skills are more important than technical skills in today's world. Thanks for watching this episode, people. I hope this video was another step towards creating the cool Indian. If you think these tips have helped you, press the like and press the subscribe button. If you think this video could be of some help to anyone else you know, share this video. See you soon in another interesting episode.